Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're tackling something absolutely crucial. It's the engine that really drives successful innovation, mastering product-level economic analysis. You know, whether you're an engineer deep in the code, a product manager juggling roadmaps, or a startup founder laying it all on the line, understanding the underlying economics of your product, that's literally the difference between thriving and just flat-out failing.
But hey, before we get completely lost in the weeds of development sprints and marketing campaigns, we really have to define our core concept. Product-level economic analysis is the ultimate bedrock for making sound business decisions throughout the entire product lifecycle. Think of it as the analytical framework that lets you look at your product not just as a cool piece of tech, but as a dynamic economic engine. Every single choice you make, from that very first whiteboard concept all the way to sunsetting the product, relies on this exact foundation, so you aren't just flying blind.
All right, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to hit 5 structural pillars that will honestly cure the chaos of unstructured product development. We'll start with the foundation of product economics, move into quantifying key product trade-offs, unpack the value of cycle time, then we'll look at developing guiding trade-off rules, and finally, wrap it all up with integrating into business processes.
Let's kick things off with part 1, the foundation of product economics.
So the crucial point is, this isn't just some dry academic theory. We are talking about a highly practical map for the real world. Imagine your team is arguing over whether to use a premium titanium casing instead of standard aluminum, or maybe debating if you should delay a launch by 3 weeks to fix a bug, versus pushing it out to hit a holiday rush. Those can't just be arbitrary gut-feeling choices. This foundation maps every single one of those decisions directly against the overall financial health of your product. It gives you a strict mathematical baseline to return to whenever those inevitable disagreements pop up.
Moving right along to part 2, quantifying key product trade-offs.
And this brilliantly illustrates that constant, urgent tug-of-war in product development. Look, we all know everyone wants everything, right now and for free. But look at these 4 competing objectives: product cost, product attributes, time to market, and development expense. You simply cannot optimize all 4 at the same time. No way. If you want to add amazing new attributes, like a next-gen processor, your product cost is definitely going up. Want to drastically slash your time to market and launch 3 months early? Well, your development expense is going to skyrocket because you're paying for weekend overtime and rush shipping. You absolutely must quantify these trade-offs. You need to know exactly how many dollars an extra week of development will cost, or what happens if you strip out a key feature. It's a high-stakes balancing act for sure.
Okay, on to part 3, the value of cycle time.
Time is rarely your friend when you're innovating. Think for a second about the literal economic cost of the clock ticking on your new product. I want to pose this direct question to you. How do we methodically estimate the value of cycle time? If your project gets delayed by just 1 single month, what does that actually mean in cold, hard dollars? It's not just a frustrated boss, right? It means missed seasonal sales windows. It means a competitor swooping in and capturing early adopters. We can't just guess here. We need a methodical way to slap a strict dollar figure on every single day that product isn't in a customer's hands.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that new product cycle time is treated as a massive, dedicated metric all on its own. It's the headline. Methodically estimating this means calculating the lost revenue from showing up late to the party, subtracting any dev costs you saved by taking it slow, and factoring in that shrinking window of peak demand. When your whole team understands the true calculated financial value of cycle time, like really grasping that a 1-day delay literally costs you 20 grand in lost margin, believe me, those endless meetings that stall production, they tend to get a lot shorter.
Which brings us perfectly to part 4, developing guiding trade-off rules.
Because honestly, just acknowledging that a tug-of-war exists, that's not going to help you win. Knowing there's tension doesn't tell your team how hard to pull the rope. So first, we acknowledge those competing objectives. Second, we develop specific trade-off rules. And third, we use those exact rules to guide all future decision-making. Relying on gut feelings or just going with whoever yells the loudest in the boardroom is a terrible strategy. A good trade-off rule is mathematically explicit, something like, we'll accept a 5% increase in development expense if it shaves 2 weeks off our time to market, but we absolutely will not compromise on product attributes for our core users. Set these rules early on when heads are cool and they become your objective referee in the heat of the dev cycle.
Let's move to and see how this builds into our final section, part 5, integrating into business processes.
All these brilliant economic concepts we've talked about, they are utterly useless if they just live in some forgotten PDF. Step 1 is mastering the tools and trade-off rules, but step 2, that's the real game changer. Incorporate these tools directly into your existing business processes. You have to weave these economic check-ins right into your sprint planning, your phase gate reviews, and your budget approvals. Basically, embed them into your company's DNA. If a manager proposes a design change, the standard form should force them to mathematically show the economic impact on the objectives we just laid out. You make the right way to do things the default way to do things.
Bringing this explainer full circle, I want to return to this exact phrase: sound business decisions throughout the product lifecycle. Mastering these foundational topics, understanding that matrix of competing objectives, actually valuing your cycle time, setting rigid trade-off rules, and integrating the whole shebang into your daily ops, it guarantees better, sounder decisions. It strips the emotion and guesswork right out of product development, guiding you safely from that initial spark of an idea all the way to a highly profitable launch.
So, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought. Are you properly quantifying your own product trade-offs? Take a hard look at your current projects. Are you just kind of flying by the seat of your pants, or are you viewing your product development lifecycle through this rigorous economic lens? Challenge yourself to take these tools and actually apply them tomorrow morning. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.